What's up, guys? It's Mac. I'm back. This is attempt number 4, I believe, at making the first lake trout video of the 2023 season. Hoping today goes a little bit better than yesterday and the day before and the outing before that. I'll show you guys a clip from each of those outings right here. Epic fails. Broke a couple rods. Broke a transducer off the boat. Missed some good opportunities. Messed up a couple camera chances. Still working on the cameraman side of things, but hope this comes together a bit better. Hope you guys enjoy. Some of this stuff is like stupid thick. Like this stuff over here is like gotta be like a foot thick. Open water, so close. I can almost taste it. Look out, here we go. Yep, as suspected, I broke the juicer off. Can't say I'm overly surprised. There we go. Put the hammer down on that one. Not a big fish, but it's a lake trout. The camera curse is real. Man was not set up for this properly. But put a dead bait down and man, there's something peeling line quick right now. This is not going to be good camera angles, I know. That's almost got me schooled already. Not a big one. But it's a lake trout to start. Okay. Lessons were learned. Cameras will always be set up before lines are down.
I can't do nothing with you.
All right, we are out here on the lake. We're set up. We're set up today kind of in a bit of a gully sort of thing in between two humps, basically a little pinch point. We're sitting in 80 feet of water here. I got the brand new Garmin LVS 62 LiveScope hooked up. I got this thing sitting on a pretty deadly ArcLab shuttle on the quick dock system. This is an absolute beast of a setup. I'll show you guys some clips here of it, but this thing's a freaking beast. Highly recommend it. Honestly, can't see any other route being better. This is the best all-around system. From the boat to the ice, so fast, so easy, and you're running clean power. You're running one battery straight out of the unit, so it's the best in my opinion. But I'll show you guys some sick clips of this today. Hopefully we can get some fish chasing, put some fish in the boat. Looking forward to it. Well, first up today for me, first pick is going to be the Element Custom Mugshot Laker Candy. This thing's a killer. Killer on the ice, and I'm sure it's going to be a killer open water. A little bit light, but pretty calm today, so I don't think that's gonna be an issue. All right, we just got a fat mark that just came in down there. Pretty tight to the bottom, but it's definitely a good fish. Dang, just scooted right across. He didn't even give me the time of day. See him over here. Just came in here and just scooted right across. But that's a good sign though. If you got big fish like that moving around, that's definitely always a good sign. Pretty much the same with the lake trout in the winter as the summer, as it's like with those big fish, you just simply got to put in the time. You just got to grind it out. It's just a matter of being out there at the right time in the right place. You can definitely bounce around and hammer numbers, but for searching for a big fish, you can definitely search around a bit too, but you just gotta grind it out. You gotta put in the time. Not an easy game. We got another mark coming in right here. Should be able to see that pretty clearly on the LiveScope. The LiveScope, honestly, like, I mean, it's great, but it's kind of tough to see the stuff on the very bottom. But with the touch screen feature, at least it's nice and able to like zoom in and move around pretty easily. But definitely like zoomed out, I find it kind of tricky to see the stuff right in the bottom. I find with the 2D you get that super crisp read. Like, I mean, you just see that stuff in the bottom like a couple of inches. Whereas this you still can, but you gotta physically zoom in on it, which is okay. For the amount of information it tells you, I definitely accept the trade-off, but it's something I'll definitely point out for people thinking about getting LiveScope for the deeper water. See if I can get that fish to turn around. Come on. Come on, buddy, turn around. You can see here, I don't know if you can see on the screen here. Let me turn that up, there you go. So you can see that fish is actually 40 feet over on the right-hand side of the screen. So I'm sure that fish is actually able to see the bait if it turns, but without it turning and looking at the bait, it's probably not going to get a good visual on it. See, like on the 2D right now, I'm actually marking another fish on the bottom, but on here I'm not really able to see it yet. But there's definitely a fish down there. On the 2D I can see pretty clearly. There it is, starting to see it on the LiveScope now. It's definitely good to see some fish start lurking around now. Like I said, with those fish, you just got to put in the time. It's not like it's, they're not, I would say lake trout, honestly, are probably one of the toughest fish to catch. In the sense of they're probably the most technical at times. They're one of those fish where at times it's like you can probably catch them on a license plate, and other times it's like even the best anglers will really struggle to put a lake trout in the boat. It's a very interesting species, and I mean that's what keeps me loving it, is just the challenge. It's such a hard species to master, and you can spend your whole lifetime trying to do it. Another good option for targeting those bigger lake trout, if you are marking bigger lake trout and they're just not biting, it's not a bad idea to just drop down a big bait, just let it soak, let it sit in the bottom, and reel up your jigging bait and just let this soak down there for a bit. So I'm going to throw this down there and just reel up the jigging bait and let this soak for a bit. Alright, so I think there's something playing with this dead bait. It started pulling a little bit of line out. I don't think it's a big fish though, but we'll see if it's still there. I think it dropped it. Oh, there's a big fish on the bottom coming up to it. Are you kidding me? Oh, and there's another fish suspended right now. This is a fish right here that I could definitely catch if I was jigging. but I'm just going to focus on this bigger bait and hopefully get one of those fish on the bottom to eat it. You can see there that fish is coming up towards the dead bait. This is the dead bait following here. This is a bigger fish, I think. So hopefully it picks it up. That suspended fish is still hanging around. This is where it'd be nice to have another person in the boat because they could drop down and catch that fish for me. I'm just going to reel this up and drop down a smaller bait here. Oh no, you see that fish charging right there? That fish is literally charging my dead bait as I'm reeling it up. Oh my goodness. Oh god, I'm gonna take my dead bait. Okay. I'm literally just gonna keep that just in the water just to keep it from drying out. Literally 6 inches underwater. Drop down this. I swapped out that rattle bait for a Acme V-Rod. These are a really good bait for lake trout. They sink a little bit quicker. Still put off a super good vibration in the water. So you're still getting a really good commotion going on down there. But we'll see if we can get this fish to turn around. So you can see that bait coming down there super clearly on the LiveScope. That fish is already starting to show interest. Let's give this a couple rips. Still there. Try dropping right down past him. Oh, there we go. He's chasing it now. On. Hammered it. Wicked. And the cameras are even on. Let's go. Not a big fish by any means, but like I said, lake trout are a tougher species to catch, so anyone you get is better than none. This fish does not want to give up. Okay. Easy, buddy. Just barely hooked too. Right in the roof. Oh, easy, buddy. Right in the roof of the mouth. That was super cool to see on the LiveScope there. That footage should be awesome. All right. Well, there you have it. We got a fish on film. We're making it happen. Super awesome little guy. Oh. So there's a prime example of why it's nice to have a couple different rods rigged up in the boat. I was using that dead bait to try to target those bigger fish on the bottom, but when there's small fish around, I reeled it up and I dropped this little Acme V rod down and picked that little guy off. Like I said, not a big fish, but a fish is a fish. Big or small, we like them all. Well, bigger is better though. Got some fish coming in here suspended. I think this is a Squil Cisco's here, but there's definitely, I think, a lake trout out this way here a bit. 40 feet out that way, but hopefully we can call it in with this blade bait. Come on. And you know, it's basically the same thing as in the winter with fishing these lake trout. Like you want to, I'd say, well actually I'd say in the summer you kind of want to favor the bottom a little bit more for the bigger fish for sure, but you still want to constantly work it through the water. In the summer, I'm definitely more confident catching the bigger fish on the bottom, but I think in the summer I probably catch more of my fish suspended than I do on the bottom. There we go. The fish is definitely coming in a bit. Still 35 feet over, but it's definitely around. Come on, baby. And it's important to know, like, well, targeting those lake trout, like, you can never move your bait too fast. Most fish will always be able to catch it. It's absolutely insane how fast those fish can move. Hopefully I'll get some clips here today on the LiveScope showing you guys how freaking crazy it is, how fast those fish can swim. But like you never have to worry about moving too fast. Those fish will always be able to catch it. If anything, faster is better, I think, because they have less time to think about it. It's just a quick reaction. See it, kill it, get hooked. Okay, I was just cutting up some bait and I had my deadline out. And it is peeling line. Come on, I gotta catch up to him. I think we got him. Does not feel very big though, unless I pulled it right out of his mouth. Oh no, we got him. Just, yeah, not very big, I don't think. Maybe it's better, I'm not sure. Hard to tell, kind of. Oh yeah, it's definitely better. It's still right down the bottom. So we definitely got ourselves a bit of a better fish here, I'd say. Definitely got some power. Yeah, I just threw out my deadline. I was in the middle of cutting up some bait there. So I chucked out the deadline for a bit, and looks like it paid off. Definitely a heavy fish. Yeah, she's right down on the bottom. You can see it on the 2D sonar there. This head cam's working good. And on LiveScope, so that's wicked. Like I said, I was just in the middle of cutting up some bait there. Funny how right off the bat it didn't feel that heavy, but you are reeling in the slack line after it, like, because it did start pulling up the line. Like, this is a bait feeder reel, so I basically kind of do the same thing with the lake trout as catfish. Basically, just put the bait down there and let the clicker go. This fish is fighting. You can see on the LiveScope there. It's at about 40 feet down. Just gonna start to get this net ready. This will be the first fish to hit the net this year. Try to knock anyone out. Okay, yep, we're good. Just want to make sure this camera's on. Okay, we're at the leader here. Oh, yeah, that's a nice one. Just got our first bubbles coming up here. That's always important to see while fishing for lake trout. Make sure they're burping properly. Look at that fish, you can see them out there. Look at those big bubbles. Big burps. Awesome. Look at that. Perfect. So awesome. So cool being able to see them on a clear, calm day like this. All right, buddy, stay down. We'll get you. All right, let's get this clam net into action. Not yet. One more peel. Nice. Big fish in the net. So awesome. I'm so glad we got that on film too. Didn't even mess it up. All right. I'm just gonna let him rest for a second, get this bump board ready. All right, hand under the belly. It's probably a 40-incher. Close that mouth. Yep, we got 40 and 3/4. 40 and 3/4. Awesome fish. Oh, look at that gut. Easy, easy. Easy. Oh, easy. Awesome fish. I hope you can see that on the camera. Make sure I get a few here in frame. That's a wicked, deadly, epic fish. Oh. Let's get a super nice release on her. Super healthy fish. You gotta keep in mind, like dealing with a fish like this, of this caliber, these fish are so old, and it's so important, so crucial to take good care of them, especially coming out of the deeper water. Such a powerful old fish. Look at that big tail. So majestic. So much respect for these big old fish. She's ready to rock. Look at that beautiful fish. Just gorgeous. Absolutely stunning. Heck yeah. Let's go! We got a big trout on film. We got a show. Awesome. Like I said, I was just cutting up some bait there. Had my back turned to the rod. I just casted it out, let it sink down. I was cutting up some bait to chum later. Cutting up some rotten minnows. And I was face deep in the minnows, and I hear that clicker start to click. Took me a second. Oh wait. Figured out what was going on, and we capitalized, luckily. Super awesome when you can get a fish like that in the boat. Like I said, fish like that doesn't happen every day, but it's what you're out here for, right? You're out here for the chance at a big trophy like that. Luckily we got it today. Super pumped about that. Hopefully we can get some more action. It's too bad we didn't get to see that one bite on the LiveScope. Too bad I wasn't really that focused, but I'm glad we got the whole fight and the hook set and everything. So awesome, good release. Awesome fish. That's a Manitoba Master Angler. 40 and 3/4, I believe it was. That's a wicked fish.